am Monica Doobie. I'm a primary care nurse practitioner in a fairly large health organization in Massachusetts, close to Boston.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what were things like before you came to coaching?
I think I didn't realize how much I was struggling before I came to coaching until I recognized some of the concerns that my coach and I had worked through. I had a lot of emotional reactivity, a lot of sort of negative sort of thoughts and behaviors, sort of carrying myself through the day as didn't quite know how to manage, didn't roll as easily with what I should be managing because of the type of work that I do. And I think I brought some of that into my personal life, feeling overwhelmed. Um,
Right. Okay. So that's really the impact of some of that emotional reactivity. You were moving into a leadership role. How did this impact that?
I think there were concerns that I would not be able to be an effective leader in this role unless I worked on some of these um, sort of behaviors or ideas on being able to communicate a little bit more effectively and work collaboratively with the team members.
Hmm.
And I think there was a little concern, there was a little lack of respect, I think, thinking I was a little bit, as I wasn't as professional as I could have been.
Okay. And what where are you now as a result of the coaching?
Coaching has been a tremendous help to me. I would feel that I made some significant progress in understanding some of why I was sort of some of the behaviors on why. And although intent was was a good thing, the delivery was difficult, was a problem. And so what other people would hear was my tone or my words rather than the message behind what I was trying to say. And so I've worked very hard on making better eye contact, keeping my body language a little bit not as forward, or my
Mm,
tone of my voice a little bit softer, um, and trying to not sort of barge in as much and present myself in a more um, kinder, softer maybe fashion.
yeah.
Um, and that's been enormously helpful. I've also worked
Wonderful.
on timing. You know,
Mm,
I would have the old days had to be done right this moment, right now, find the person that I was needed to talk with, and that was not ideal. Um,
mhm.
I'm just one person, and usually the other leaderships I need people leadership team I need to speak with have other leadership things that they're doing.
Okay.
So
Yes.
working on
Yeah.
making the right everything, timing as well.
Yeah.
And that also gave me a chance to pause a minute and reflect.
What else was it about Dina's coaching that was helpful for you?
Dina was so kind in not being judgmental about anything. She also was able to reframe what I was saying into making me understand the process. If I was talking about needing to be, which she mentioned, like soften the message, soften the delivery, but not the message, which was extremely powerful to me because the message was important. It was the way it was being delivered was the issue. And that has been I can't say enough about how much that's helped. Makes me think every time before I speak, which is also a good thing, but it's worked wonders. I have heard from multiple people that they notice my demeanor has become a little softer. And sometimes when I approach them, I used to get this, oh no, here she comes type thing. And now I don't get that.
Wonderful. Yeah, you've grown a lot in the coaching. What would you say to other NPs or PAs that know that they need to make some shifts and maybe don't know what this coaching thing is? So what would you say that could be helpful to them?
I would highly recommend coaching. I think most of us feel that it's almost a personal negative when you address the, oh, I might need to get some coaching to help me, when in fact, it's a strength. If you can recognize that what you're doing might not be working well because you're frustrated or feeling burnt out or getting some walls put up, the coaching, identifying just styles and understanding where myself was coming from, understanding everybody else, in that I'm one person in a big system, which
Mhm.
is, so I don't always know everything that's happening in the big system, which are
Mhm.
reasons behind sometimes, and it's not a personal thing. I would take a lot of this personally,
Mm,
understanding that it's not. But the
okay.
coaching was very helpful in recentering myself so that I could present myself from what I wanted to accomplish.